Hey y'all, guess what? I got a new microphone, so we're gonna have it in here for this video. Let's just see how it goes. The sound is gonna be great. It's gonna have a little fuzzy looking hairy friend over here. So today is Mental Health Monday. I want to talk with you quickly about shining your light. You know, I always talk about love, light, and science, and I want to share a quick story with you, and at the end talk a little bit about how I use that to move myself forward. And my hope is that I'll share something with you that you can use anytime you have a similar experience, though I would not wish this experience on anybody. So back in the day when I was a full-time academic, remember, I always call myself a recovering academic because it ain't nothing nice happening over there in them academic streets. Shouts out to all my peeps who are still in there grinding. God bless you. Just mama couldn't do it no more. So I had this opportunity to go advocate for myself for a raise. I'm going to call it an opportunity because I learned a lesson. So I went and gathered all my data. I got all my information together, and I was really clear that I was due for a raise. And it wasn't even really a raise. It was a salary adjustment because my salary was so far below and out of line with peers of my level of experience and training and title. Why did I know this? Because when you're an academic, you write a lot of grants. Many of us. I was on what they call soft money in departments of psychiatry. So that means your salary is paid by the money that you gain from going and writing grants. So I was writing grants, seeing everybody's salary because you have to write their salaries into the grant so that you can get the money to pay a portion of their salary to work on your research or your grant with you, right? So just a little bit of education about that. So I realized that I was, if not the lowest, one of the lowest people being paid on all these grants that I was writing. Some of these people had less experience than me. Some of these people had lower titles than I had. And so I figured it's time to go in and advocate for myself. So I go into my assigned mentor. You'll understand why I say assigned in a minute. And I sat down and shared and said, well, you know, I think it's time for a salary adjustment for me because out of all the people that I'm working with, I'm the lowest paid and it really shouldn't be that way. And so the assigned mentor's response to me was, wait for it. Well, Alfiee, you didn't come here to get rich. You heard what I said, which was 1000% the wrong thing to say, particularly since this person was not a person of color. So there's so many layers to what's wrong with that response, right? And so I was upset, not tearful, I was angry. And that's when I decided, okay, it's time for me to plot my escape to move on to something that's better for me, that's better for my family, a place where I'm going to be valued. So I shared the story with another colleague, and the sister said to me, a woman of color, she said, yeah, you didn't go there to get rich, but you also did not go there to be undervalued. Oh, so that's when I decided that she was right. And I just said, how can I get myself into a place where I'm working from my truth, where I'm working in a space where I'm valued and appreciated? And so I plotted my escape. So I made a plan. I figured out what did I want to do. I made contacts and just went through a lot of different things. But within all of that, working towards my escape, I also took time to keep reminding myself that I was okay just as I was. I didn't need to change anything. I didn't need to do anything different. I didn't need to be anything different. I needed to understand that I was in a space, that did not value me. And that's my message to you. Sometimes you find yourself in spaces and places, relationships, all kinds of things where you are not being valued. You cannot shine your light in a space where you're not appreciated, where you're not loved, where you're not seen. And so my hope for you is that if you find yourself in one of those spaces, as you're plotting your escape, if you can escape, that you will remember that the goal is for you to keep shining your light. So until you can get out, because it took me another probably year and a half to get out of that situation. Actually, it took me another 3.5 years after that incident to get fully out of that situation. And if you find that you're in a situation and you need to get out of it, my wish for you is that as you're plotting your escape, you will continue to remember that you are important, that you are valuable, that you have a light. That light deserves to shine, and you will continue to shine it. Take care.